When you concentrate your energy purposely on the future possibility that you aspire to realize, your energy is passed on to it and makes it attracted to you with a force stronger than the one you directed towards it. Words of motivation from Stephen Richards, author, film director, and producer. If you have been delaying going after a dream, now is the time to apply this quote and move ahead with positive energy. Hello, I'm Adrian Atkinson, and you're watching Jamaica Magazine, the show that inspires, educates, and informs.
What that? Lord! Over here for them come with the bulldozer. A long time to go down to HAJ, go start up payment them, you know. Oh! And the construction of a mass like them a go. Me can't live like this no more. Me not bother wait. Me a go down to HAJ today go get me title straight.
Residents of former Operation Pride communities, hey, don't wait. Get your title straight. Contact the Housing Agency of Jamaica. Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, July 19. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says he will be examining the building approvals and permits process to reduce delays and increase efficiency. Mr. Holness has also cautioned local authorities to desist from exerting what he refers to as a territorial nature when issuing building approvals and permits, causing delays which he says hinders growth targets.
And I'm absolutely committed to the process of getting government efficient. So I'm taking this opportunity to raise my concern to the local government institutions that we cannot allow internal territorial behavior to slow up national progress.
The Prime Minister was addressing Tuesday's opening of the Local Governance Conference in Montego Bay. He implored the officers to use the Application Management and Data Automation (AMANDA) system, a software designed to track and manage the development application process.
We can't spend all this money to put in place a system to use a technology-generated, supported system, and then we don't use it.
And in the meantime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness wants community members to be trained as disaster first responders. Mr. Holness, who is also chairman of the National Disaster Risk Management Council, has challenged the island's municipal corporations to take up the task. He suggests collaborating with the Housing Opportunity Production and Employment (HOPE) program and other entities to equip young people to assist in times of natural or man-made disasters. By doing this, the Prime Minister says the country will be better prepared to tackle the frequency and intensity of disasters which are able to destabilize the economies of small states.
No matter how the government puts out its national campaign, the power of the councillor sitting down with his voters and explaining to them the dangers that they face and having locally structured programs to facilitate their movement, there is nothing more powerful than that.
Meanwhile, a $10 million program is being established to fund the trucking of water to communities across Portland, which is currently being affected by severe drought conditions. It's being funded by the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation in partnership with the local government and community development ministry. A water trucking schedule has been developed for the July to September period. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Darrell Vaz, says this is part of an island-wide drought response program.
Consideration is now being given to convening the National Drought Committee to give attention to the strategies that may be needed to be employed should the island be forced into a more widespread situation.
The minister revealed the intervention measures during Tuesday's sitting of Parliament. Met Service forecasts suggest there will be warmer than normal temperatures with below normal rainfall in the coming months. Minister Vaz says the ministry will continue to monitor weather conditions across the island and institute measures where necessary. Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid is adamant that the primary exit profile, PEP, will better prepare students for high school. He was speaking at the ministry's recent Region 6 Appreciation Banquet for retired principals and launch of the School Improvement Support Initiative. The minister says that at the end of the primary level, students' profiles will effectively reflect their critical thinking capabilities.
They give you greater certainty and predictability in even your CSEC or any other achievement later on. So, yes, we're going through the change, but it's a change for the better. We need to push the system along that pathway.
PEP, which students will sit for the first time next year, replaces the GSAT as the National Secondary School Placement Examination. The newly renovated Ocherias Fishing Village is now open. The multi-million-dollar facility now boasts reconstructed shops for vendors, as well as lockers, scaling and cold storage facilities for the fisher folk, and a lounge area.
This is all about creating a facility that embraces fisheries, industry and commerce, and tourism. This is a manifestation of the level of collaboration and cooperation that we need to move tourism forward, and indeed all the attendant support systems that make people want to come here, stay here, spend their money with us, and interact with our people.
Labour Minister and Member of Parliament for North East St. Anne, Shahini Robinson, says this is a good development for the parish. She says the facility will support efforts to preserve the rich history, culture and landscape of St. Anne.
The Ocherias Fishing Village complex, with the transformational impact that it will have, again lays the foundation for new opportunities. It will unlock our potential as a town and unleash the creativity and determination of our fisher folk.
And finally, the organizers of the Ocherias Seafood Festival are promising a bigger, more exciting show and gastronomy event this year. This 12th staging of the festival will be held at Turtle River Park in St. Anne on Sunday, August 5. The festival's production manager, Mortimer Martin, says it's an income-earning opportunity for fishermen and others in the tourist town that started as a fishing village.
It's a community event that everybody can make something and put on your pot on fire with the Seafood Festival. And then again, it's also a family event. So see that grandma, the kids, everybody can come out and enjoy themselves.
On August 5, patrons will get to enjoy high school and celebrity cook-offs, dance contests, a stage show, masquerade, kiddies village, and other activities. Children will have access to all rides for just the cost of the entrance fee, and the organizers are working with hotels to offer special packages to tourists. The Ocherias Seafood Festival is endorsed by the Entertainment and Tourism Ministries, with the Jamaica Tourist Board being one of this year's sponsors. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett has said it represents a unique opportunity for Jamaica to make further inroads into the lucrative gastro-tourism market. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
This is one time we don't want you to laugh.
Staying safe on the road is a serious thing.
Mr. Taxi driver and bus driver, take time, man. People, so one-stop driver and come off.
Cyclists, motorcyclists, pedestrian, all road users using the head.
Only if you use cell phone and drive. No, man.
Idiot thing that.
Road safety is no laughing matter.
Because we want you to be around
and laughing with us for a long time.
A message from the National Road Safety Council and National Health Fund.
Traversing the roadways, whether as a motorist or pedestrian, can be challenging. But if we all abide by the directions of the road signs and markings, the journey will be a lot easier. Here's a reminder of a few do's and don'ts when next you use the roadways.
pedestrians, it is only safe to cross this designated part of the road if you follow the road rules. Never attempt to cross before the indication is given, and do not try to beat the oncoming traffic which has the green light.
You have overhead bridges, and overhead bridges are safe areas that are provided for pedestrians to cross. What we are seeing are pedestrians dashing across dual carriageways and then leaping over concrete medians. That is a no-no. We have had persons who have lost their lives doing that. And I am now appealing to pedestrians to do the right thing and access the overhead bridges that are provided in order to save your own life.
Where there is no overhead bridge or crossing sign, use the pedestrian crossing with caution. Monitor the lights and cross when it's safe to do so. That is a dangerous practice and a 99.9% chance of this happening.
The amount of kinetic energy that comes on your body, that is going to determine whether or not you survive.
There are several signs. Road signs are the language of the road. You have informational signs, directional signs, warning signs, and you have enforcement signs. Enforcement signs are erected upright or those that are drawn on the road surface. For example, you have stop sign, one-way sign, and it points in the direction where the one-way is. No U-turn, no parking, no right turn, no entry, a number of signs. If there's no sign that are erected upright, you will see yellow markings painted on curb walls. That constitute no parking, and you should not park in those areas. You park where white painting is drawn on those curb walls. Those are areas where parking is permitted. You have continuous white lines that are drawn on road surface. No motorist should drive to the right of a continuous white line. There are some other signs, especially like along Knutsford Boulevard, where the dual carriageway is, but there is any elevated median. You see something looking like a zebra crossing. Those crossing depicts a median, but a median that is not elevated. If you disobey a stop sign, it carries a fine of $4,000 or 6 demerit points. If you disobey the traffic light, the red light, that too carries $4,000 a fine or 6 demerit points. On the approach of a traffic light, for example, Halfway Tree Road, Chelsea Avenue, by GIS there is no filter light. You are to obey the light, and whenever you get green, you are to proceed. These lights are so configured that they allow for a pedestrian to cross. So when that red light is on, pedestrians are crossing. So that's why a filter light is not put in. When approaching a roundabout, you are to yield to the person to the right. Right? Always allow for that person to go first. A similar thing with a yield sign, a give way sign. You are to yield to the person and allow that person to proceed. If you happen to overtake, you are to do so if the way is clear, and once you complete that maneuver, you are to get back to the left lane and remain there. We have persons anticipating the light. You have those that are anticipating the green, and even before the green comes on, they are off. And you have others who are beating the amber in order to go by as well. And I should tell you this, red means you are to stop, amber means you are to prepare to stop, and green means you are to go if the way is clear.
And remember, always wear your seatbelt.
keeps our bodies working. Our food nutritious, our living and working spaces clean, and our lives comfortable. Water, the most precious resource necessary for the sustenance of life on our planet. Don't waste it. Let's conserve on this critical commodity. In the house, invest in storage containers and buckets. Take quick showers instead of long baths, and invest in water-efficient shower heads, toilets, and faucets. You may also want to consider one-pot meals and cooking methods that don't require much water. You could also wash fruits and vegetables in a bowl and reuse the water on your plants or grass. When cleaning dishes, fill both sinks and use one for washing and the other for rinsing. The leftover water can be used to wash off the concrete or asphalt in your yard. If you must wash your car at home, aim for once a fortnight and use a bucket to do the washing instead of running the hose. Don't delay. Start your water conservation practices today.
In the process of conducting business with financial institutions, there's going to come a time when you will not be pleased with the service. But if you try to deal with the situation internally and have not reached a solution, there's another avenue, the Financial Services Commission, FSC. This agency has put a process in place for handling complaints. Keep watching, and we'll show you how to access that service.
Welcome to the FSC Minute. I am Theodore Henry. In today's Minute, we'll be discussing the FSC's complaint handling process.
Hello, good day. Thank you for calling the Complaints Department of the Financial Services Commission. You are speaking with Tony. How may I assist?
Good day, Tony. I'd like to report a problem I'm having with a regulated entity.
All right, thank you for that information. I'd be more than happy to advise you of our complaints process. To begin, have you already reported this incident to the entity?
Yes, I have, and we have failed to amicably resolve the matter.
Okay. To begin, there is a standardized form that we use to collect information, also known as our complaint intake form. Kindly note, however, that this form is not yet available on our website. However, you may be provided with a hard copy, or it can be emailed to you for your convenience.
What happens once I have submitted the documents?
All right, well, once you submit your documents and we are in receipt of them, your complaint will be acknowledged within 5 working days thereof. We will initiate investigations into the concerns that you have raised, and we will strive to complete our investigations within 90 working days after receiving all the relevant information whereby to advance your complaint.
Okay. All right, I'll get my documents ready and send them off to you as soon as we're finished talking here. But tell me something, what kind of complaints can the FSC review?
The Financial Services Commission is responsible for reviewing written complaints involving business practices of the securities, private pensions, and insurance industries.
Well, this is good information to have on hand, you know. Well, thank you for assisting me with the procedure for reporting my complaint. I'll be submitting my complaint without delay. Thank you for your time, Tony.
Thank you too, and thank you for calling.
Okay, you have a good day. And there you have it. All the information you need to know about the FSC's complaints handling process. Now you are in the know about what to do and the necessary steps to take when you have issues with a regulated financial entity. This is where I leave you now for this episode of the FSC Minute. I am now going to go to submit my complaint. Don't forget to visit the FSC's website at www.fscjamaica.org for further information. I'm Theodore Henry, and this was your FSC Minute.
Stop smoking around me! Without cigarettes, the world will be much better. Smoking is bad for your health, and when grown-ups smoke around us, we are breathing in their smoke too.
Cigarette smoking is bad for your health and the health of those around you. Don't smoke around children. A message from the Pan American Health Organization.
More life.
More memories.
More moments. Jamaica Moves is a call to action to prevent non-communicable diseases. Get active, eat healthy. You can protect yourself from high blood pressure, obesity, asthma, certain cancer diseases, and more.
As we draw near to the end of our show, let's look at the technologies that monitor the various pollutants in the environment.
The thick, black, acrid smoke rising from the tail end in front of you. The cloud of dust shooting up from the construction site across the road. The unseen particles in the air. Environmental pollutants that can lead to serious health problems. Over the years, a whole host of measures have been employed to reduce the risks, but still, we are not out of the woods. But increasingly, technology is being applied to the problem, and the developments are encouraging.
People who are exposed to pollutants in the environment can have different types of reactions, depending on the level of exposure, like the time and duration.
So the effects of pollutants have prompted the government to draft new public health regulations. One particular piece of legislation in the works, targeting cigarette smoke, represents a major step forward in discouraging smoking in public places.
We must bear in mind that every health impact has a cost related. For some of them, studies will have to be done to determine the exact cost on each health outcome.
At Green Expo 2011, where the focus was on environmental protection and preservation, firms displayed the latest technology to help clear the air, literally. Air quality is important, and in an office setting where most of us spend the majority of our day, testing for balance in temperature and humidity is key. Emphasis should also be placed on detecting bacteria or fungi in the air that may lead to ailments.
The meter is able to analyze and log temperature, carbon dioxide, relative humidity, dew point, and carbon monoxide, all in real time. If the temperature is too high, people complain. If the temperature is too low, people complain. If humidity is too high, people tend to feel clammy, and so this can affect a worker's performance in the office.
An acceptable indoor office temperature is anywhere from 22.8 degrees Celsius to 26.1 degrees Celsius, while relative humidity should be between 30 and 60%. The risk of carbon monoxide poisoning is a critical reason for the importance of air quality testing, especially in factories or power plants that give off fumes or smoke. Dry periods, construction sites, and newly built housing schemes all have one thing in common. They expose us to unwanted dust. Long-term or overexposure can lead to serious risks such as asthmatic conditions and damage to the lungs. And though the naked eye can't see the magnitude of our contact, dust meters are able to capture that information.
This machine in particular examines dust particles of 10 micrometers or less. A micrometer is 1/1000th of a millimeter, and at that size, particles are able to bypass the nose hairs and get into your lungs, which can cause long-term respiratory ailments. And data from this machine is particularly useful because it is a US EPA referenced standard, so data from it can actually hold up in a court of law. How the ambient air sampler works is that there's a vacuum down here which sucks in air through these pores, and it is placed onto a filter, and we weigh this filter before use and after use, and do a calculation based on a time-weighted average, which gives us a dust reading in milligrams per meter cubed. The more data we collect and the more accurate this data allows us to monitor our environment better and mitigate against negative environmental impacts.
We use technology to quicken in terms of our studies. Also, we find that employing technology improves our quality of work that we produce.
To mitigate against these exposures, people can wear protective gear where it is necessary. In our own homes and offices, we can mitigate against the amount of dust that would accumulate by having regular cleaning.
The greatest thing is to know. Being aware of what's in your air could save your lungs and keep you healthy.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash no paper, no dash no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your eat.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica. It's a new beginning.
New day is dawning, it's time to arise. We have the gene of achievement and pride.
Bold new beginning, time for action. We have the spirit to fight on.
This is Jamaica, this is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica, this is our land.
Let us make every effort to forge unity and resolve to work hard for our prosperity. Leaving our children a legacy of hope, breaking the shackles and smashing the yoke.
This is Jamaica, this is our land.
This is our
we have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica, this
Let me hear
is
the
our
children
land.
say.
This is Jamaica, this is our land. We have a future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica.
Come on, everybody, let's sing.
This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This is our land.
Jamaica, together we can.
As we close today's show, I leave you with another quote from Stephen Richards to encourage you to never give up trying, because the only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down. Just know that success will be within your reach only when you start reaching out for it. To learn more about the JIS and its services and programs, log on to our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.